the backing class. Some function will handle that. So let us say we have our anchor like this: ASP page handler is equal to download file, and this ASP page handler is the backend function that will handle the page handling process. And we also have to set ASP root ID is equal to some variable that contains the, and here we have download, and this is the closure. This function on the backing class will receive some ID of the file that has to be downloaded. So this is the starting point which actually kicks the download process. Now let us come to the backend class, backend file. Our backend file will be function will be public async task iAction result. There we had the name download file. So the name of this function will be on get download file async, and it receives the ID of the file to be deleted. And here goes the code for the deletion. So you can have a look: public async task iAction result on get download file async int ID. So this will receive the ID of the file to be downloaded. Let us say we use this ID to query a database. The database could directly contain the byte array. If it contains the byte array, so let us say our byte array ARR is obtained after querying the database, or the database might contain the name of the file corresponding to this ID, and let us say we get that file name, and from that file name we could use file dot get bytes, or maybe some such function that gives us all the bytes of the file, and we again get them in a byte array. So the thing is that we have our byte array consisting of all the bytes to be sent to the server side, or to the customer, to the client side. Now the question is how to send this. The method of sending is that this iAction result must be of a type file result. It must be of the type file result. So if you remember, when we do some redirection, we say redirect result, and when we send JSON, we say JSON result. JSON result, redirection result, file result, they are all of the type iAction result. But if we have to specifically send a file for download, we must specifically send a file result. So what we will write is return file result can be obtained from a function called file, return file. This file takes a few parameters. The first parameter is this byte array ARR. This is the first parameter, and after this first parameter, the second parameter is the MIME type, application/PDF, the type of the file that you are sending, and the third is a name of the downloaded file. When the user clicks that download link, a file is downloaded. As you are very aware of the common thing that occurs, the name of the file is specified here, so this file is shown in the downloaded files of the browser. So we could write any name, maybe on the current date time, or maybe any name, my file dot PDF. So when the user will browse, when the user will see his downloaded files, the file will be named as myfile.pdf. This MIME type will help the browser possibly open the file. Sometimes it can perform some default action, so this MIME type should also be set, the name of the file and the byte array. So the whole point is that this is a very simple code. Your ID is used to obtain the byte array and you have to return a file result. File return is returned with the help of the constructor of a file class. This is a built-in ASP.NET Core file class which will give you file result. This file class is not the same as your file that we use in system.io. This is in some other namespace that I'll show you in a moment. So this is roughly about, and this is the file result that I was talking. This is roughly about the download process. So now I have created a simple project that you can have a look at, and then we can see the various parts in action. Let me first run this so that you can see what we are going to do. So if you remember, in the previous tutorial we uploaded a file and that appeared in the download